Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limbus Company. Alrighty, in this episode, ideally we're not going to have another 5-hour episode, but we'll see. My track record is very slowly converting. So, we're just going to play a regular continuation right from where we were. So, our goal is to make it all the way to 30, but we'll see how that goes. Especially because you guys have warned me that there's something big in the way, so we'll say our stretch goal is to reach 30. Our actual goal is to reach 25.
철암사로 가려면 이곳을 거쳐서 가는 게 제일 빠른 길이에요.
As a reminder, we are going to the Elders. That way we can save Chichun. That's a TLDR at least. Looks like it leads underground.
아유, 빠른 길 맞아? 저것도 뭐야?
Probably looking for Chichun.
빠른 길이니 당연히 여기부터 맞겠지.
Well, I never thought it was gonna be easy. Looks like I was right.
그대로 몸을 돌려 왔던 길로 돌아가길 제안하지.
Oh yeah? You think you're so scary? Well, take a look at what we got, fella.
관대하기 그지없는 제의다. 군말 말고 따르도록.
가주 대전은 이미 종료되었고 결과는 모두의 앞에 공표되었어요. 누구의 명을 받아서 우리를 습격하려는 거죠?
순진하군. 이 대관원에는 이미 수많은 세력이 앞다투어 밀려오고 있다. 가주가 된다고 설쳐대는 그 녀석은 지금쯤 선인들을 뵙지도 못하고 길바닥에서 피나 흘리고 있을 거고. 아등한 것끼리 손을 잡은 모양이지만 고작 이런 취약한 군세로 우리한테서 가주를 되찾을 수 있다고 생각하는 거냐?
Well, wanna find out?
이미 정해진 결과를 받아들이지 못하고 멋대로 반역을 일으키는 주제에 우리가 뭘 되찾는다는 거예요? 애초에 빼앗긴 적도 없을 텐데요.
하물며 주인 되는 자의 이름도 내놓지 못한다니. 정당한 명분이었다면 묻지 않아도 스스로 뱉었을 것을. 스스로도 도둑의 행동이라 생각하는 게 분명하군.
Oh, get him, Otis, get him!
우리가 왜 너희에게 명분 따위를 알려야 하지?
Well, because this ragtag band is about to put you in the grave.
쳐라!
So we've already seen these guys, but as a refresher, they get a bit of charge, inflict a bit of rupture, and honestly, that's pretty much their whole thing. So they're definitely scary, but and they also deal more damage against Honglu. Yeah, we know what these guys are all about. Let's wipe them out.
아르카나 피트!
Oh my! 146 damage. You're not even worth my time.
내가 알아서 처리한다. 대파.
네 놈이 모시는 자가 누구든 간에
Insult him. Get him.
부리는 것들의 수준을 보아 절대 가주 자리에는 앉지 못하겠군. 떳떳한 명분도 없이 졸렬히 행동하니 네 놈들 사기도 그 모양인 거다.
그렇다면 너희는 무슨 자격으로 가주 자리를 지킨다는 거냐? 얼마나 대단한 자격이 있다고? 야, 적어도 이쪽은 여기를 바꿔보려는 의지는 가지고 있어. 그 망할 종소리를 듣고서도 방을 더 늘리라는 궁리만 하려는 놈들보단 100배 낫지 않냐?
He's called a generous clan member, by the way. I just noticed. Little late, but still.
오티스 씨나 히스클리프 씨는 말을 언제나 강단 있게 하시네요.
단순히 병사를 모으는 것은 쉽다. 하지만 그들을 어떻게 이끄느냐는 것에서부터 리더의 자질이 드러나는 것이다.
그렇군요. 전쟁을 많이 겪어본 오티스님의 경험이 이러한 확신을 얻게 하신 거네요. 저는 전쟁과는 한참 거리가 먼 인생을 살았거든요. 뒷골목에는 이미 저도 모르는 크고 작은 전쟁들이 일어났을지도 모르죠. 지켜만 본 저는 할 수 있는 말이 없네요. 이런 자리에서 어떤 말을 해야 할지도 모르겠고요.
It seemed like the perfect moment for Otis to brag about her experience, but she fell silent at that remark.
그게 뭐 그렇게 어렵다고? 그냥 욕 같으면 욕 같다고 하면 되는 거지.
That's one way to look at it. If it sucks, it sucks. That's what it is.
얘처럼.
저요?
For a while, Sinclair continued to ask Heathcliff if he really was talking about him.
이 복도를 걸어가는 대부분의 날은 저 혼자였는데 이렇게 많은 사람들이 함께 가는 건 처음이네요.
왜? 하인들을 대동하지 않았어?
어렸을 때는 혼자 가는 게 무서워서 같이 데려갈 때도 있었는데 크면서 점점 알게 되던 게 있었어요. 이곳은 오로지 혼자서 걷는 것만이 제일 마음이 편하다는 걸요.
Why? I imagined Hong Lu slowly walking down this hallway alone with a dark expression. It wasn't a pleasant sight.
철암사는 말이죠. 저만이 자유롭게 출입할 수 있어요. 가주도 출입이 가능하다곤 하지만 할머니조차도 부름이 있어야지만 들어갈 수 있었죠.
그런 거였어? 아니, 가치우 씨가 그냥 비유삼아 하는 말인 줄 알았는데.
그런데 왜 다들 선인들이라고 부르는 거냐? 진짜 신선인가 뭔가 하는 거라도 돼?
I think Heathcliff's on the right track. I think he's on the right track. I think they're like suckers of knowledge or something.
네, 인고의 시간을 거치고 비로소 불로장생의 방법을 체득하여 선인의 반열에 오르신 분들이거든요.
그게 정말 가능해? 진정한 불로불사는 못 찾은 거라며.
Maybe they're only immortal so long as they're in that room.
아, 입을 또 왜 다물어? 사람 불안하게. 저기 뭐가 틀어박혀 있는 거야?
그래도 이곳은 바깥보다 차분하고 고요하네요. 뭔가 좋은 향도 나는 것 같고요. 이 밖은 여러 세력이 맞부딪히기 일보 직전이라는 게
그나마 다행이죠. 철암사를 가는 길을 제대로 아는 자는 대관원 안에서도 거의 없으니까요. 적어도 대관원에 침입하는 외부 세력들을 마주칠 염려는 덜 수 있지 않을까요?
Other than the ones we've already run into, yeah.
그런 복선 깔지 말라니까.
Yeah, I mean, wrote it. I don't know if it's foreshadowing because we've already seen them. Unfortunately, it was indeed a foreshadowing. It didn't take very long before another faction appeared before us.
멈춰! 너희들은 누굴 따르고 있나?
Well, it's him right there!
왜 이런 곳을 돌아다니는 거지?
가야 할 곳이 있으니까요. 여러분들은 왜 이런 곳을 돌아다니시나요?
너희 가치우 쪽의 세력이냐? 선인들이 계신다는 그곳에 갈 셈인가? 가주 자리를 빠르게 확정 지으려고?
막아 사는 척 떠보려면 모를 줄 알았나. 애송이가. 그 장소를 찾지 못해 같은 곳을 빙빙 돌고만 있을 뿐이면서.
이곳은 빌어먹게도 넓어서 말이지. 길만 얌전히 알려주고 꺼진다면 쫓지는 않겠다. 자격도 없는 것이 가주가 된다는 가당차는 발상은 포기하라.
그 협박은 이미 아까 들어서요. 조금 질리네요.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
너희를 부리는 자의 이름을 대라.
Well, just like we wouldn't tell them where we're going, I doubt they're gonna tell you that. However, if these guys are around, that means that drunken brawler man is probably nearby. And as we know, he cheats.
너하고 너 전장을 아는 눈빛이군.
부정할 필요 없지.
그게 아직도 티가 나나?
전장을 기억하는 덕에 다른 것도 잘 알지. 이를테면 네놈 같은 잡졸들의 입을 열게 하는 수백 가지 방법이라던가.
아쉽게 되었군. 그렇다면 내가 입을 다물 방법은 딱 한 가지로 줄어든다.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh yeah? You can't make me talk if I do this one simple trick. The man who appeared to be leading the soldiers stabbed himself in the chest without hesitation.
스스럼 없이 자결할 정도의 이름이라. 대단한 무게를 가진 인물이라는 뜻이겠지.
It's Giakiyu!
혹은 밝혀져서 안 되는 정보가 새어나갔을 경우 심리를 조작해 처리하는 충을 썼을 수도 있겠네요.
Huh? An anamna worm. Okay, we've got Nurax worms in this game now. Sure, why not? Let's just add it. Noticing that there was a previously unseen, serious look in Honglu's eyes, we forged onward.
방금 것은 위협용 사격이었습니다.
조그맣게 욕한 거 다 들었다.
저들은
상급자에게 거짓말을 하는 건 예의가 없군.
실례했습니다. 대가를 치를 수 있게 도와주실 수 있습니까?
I thought you were apologizing to Gregor. Apparently I was mistaken.
못할 것도 없지. 혓바닥을 내밀어라.
Guys, we're still standing right here. That incomprehensible exchange between the pair was soon followed by the sight of a severed tongue rolling in the dirt. Are we inside?
엄지로군.
저 녀석은 혀가 없어졌으니 제가 말하겠습니다. 관리자 단테와 그 일행, 그리고 가봉님께서는 이곳을 지날 수 없습니다.
Oh, including manager Dante. That's interesting, you know that?
뭔가 호칭이...
상황이 상황이니만큼 지금 저 녀석은 LCB 수감자 홍로가 아닌 가시 가문의 보구로 대하고 있는 거다. 분명 가문의 도련님이라는 신분이 엄지의 말단인 솔다토로 보이는 저자보단 명백히 높은 위계일 테지.
그럼 혹시 비켜달라고 하는 건...
소용없어. 저 새끼들은 말로는 존중해줘도 적을 봐주진 않거든.
듣기는 들었는데 정말로 계급이나 위계 차이에 엄청나게 집착하네요. 기괴할 정도로.
언더보스께서 이곳을 지나는 사람은 전부 적으로 취급하라고 명령하셨습니다. 본래 아군이었던 그렇지 않든 간에 보이는 대로 처분을 명하셨지요. 돌아가 주시지 않겠습니까?
그건 곤란한데요?
그렇다면 전력으로 상대해드릴 수밖에 없군요.
뇌행, 그놈이 매복시켰군. 이딴 식으로 나올 생각이었다면 처음부터 결과에 불복할 놈들이었나.
림버스 컴퍼니의 등급과 그 부서인 LCB의 입지를 고려하면 수감자인 니놈이 뇌횡님의 이름을 감히 입에 올린 것만으로 혓바닥... 아니... 아래 턱재로 부서뜨려도 모자라겠군.
못. 역시 솔다토 따위는 제 분수도 파악하지 못하는군. 내 놈 혀가 100가닥이라도 모자라다.
이놈들에게는 원하는 답을 얻지 못할 것 같군. 상관의 명령에만 죽고 사는 꼴통들이니.
오티스 씨가 좋아하는 군상 아닌가요, 그거?
한때는 엄지의 방식을 전략적으로 높게 치던 시절도 있었다. 지금은 그저 판단이란 걸 하지 않는 머저리들이란 걸 알고 있지만
대가를 치른 후에도 계속 그따위로 말할 수 있는지 두고 보지.
Man, you guys are obsessed with tongues. More people to slaughter in our way. Have we seen these guys yet? I don't think we've seen these guys yet. Stern Soldato of the Thumb. Concussive Stab. Coin power +1 for every 7. Burn plus Tremor. On target, max of 2. On hit, inflict 3 Tremor, and then 2 Tremor count. Burning Stab. Coin power +1 for every 7. Burn plus Tremor. On target, max of 2. On hit, inflict 3 burn, and +2 count. Propulsion Slice. It's unbreakable. Coin power. Clash Lose. Deal 75% less damage and stagger damage. No, actually. And stagger damage. Well, somebody's been playing too much Ruina. Skill cannot stagger the target. Unbreakable. Spend 1 propellant ammo. On hit, inflict 4 tremor. On hit, inflict 4 burn. And on hit without cracking, trigger amplitude conversion into tremor scorch. Which, TLDR, tremor burst equals burn. And then activate tremor burst. Propellant ammo reload. Combat start reload once per turn. If target has 6+ burn plus tremor, coin power +3, and on use gain 1 damage up next scene. Preparation stage. If this unit triggered tremor burst last turn, gain 1 attack up and 1 damage up next turn. Crush the lower jaw. Deal +10% damage against staggered enemies if an enemy was staggered in the last turn. For the next turn, inflict 2 tremor on hit with a skill after clash win 2 times per turn. And if 1 or more allies has been defeated, gain 1 clash power up starting next turn. Lebragol. If this unit inflicted +2 tremor, gain 1 sloth damage. If you inflicted +2 or more burn, gain 1 wrath. If you fail to inflict anything, gain 2 defense level down. And then a stronger version of it as the passive. Now, for the other type. Seemingly you guys are all the same. Yeah, alright. Well, let me... Oh, wow. Their clash power is actually pretty high. You know what? We're struggling, but that's fine. Clash losing is still technically a win for us. I am debating blocking with Otis. No, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Alright, let it roll. It's going to be a very tricky first turn, but I think we'll be alright. Big damage. Death. Stagger's close enough. Okay, all of our blocks go down. Alright, we're good, we're good. Everything's going well. Propulsion, getting a little bit of status effects on us. Good, good. A little bit of burn never stood in our way. Why should it now? Let's go for absolute resonance. We're also going to activate O'Doulahan. Then, we're just going to hit him with the schmack. Good stuff. I see a few clashes working. Dawn lost hers. Wow. That's actually crazy. We lost that clash. I thought for sure Ryoshu had that one. That also tells you that these guys are no joke when it comes to power. Okay, we still have a lot to take out, so tell you what, we're going to use our ego right now. Despite the fact it says struggling, we're actually neutral, so ignore that. I'm going to go into the negative, guaranteed. Okay, it's one-sided, that's fine. We do still get a little bit of damage. No point using the block twice because we don't get 2 swords. So let her rip. Okay, guaranteed strength next scene, regardless of what happens. And ideally, we're able to kill some of them off next scene too, which would be very useful for us. Honglu winning his clash. There's also plenty of clash wins over in the back. Dawn making it work. Otis with the guaranteed clash win. Into this magic bullet. Who would have guessed? A magical bullet is far more effective than some dumb burning bullet. Are we not in negative? Wow. That is actually really surprising. Okay. Then let's go for absolute resonance. Then we go double. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this looks good. Looks good. Plenty of resonance. It also gets us going. Good things ahead. Good stagger, red stagger, yeah! Plenty of strength is gonna go down on Heathcliff this turn as well. Okay, just about got him. Oh, 14 health, so close. We only got a single kill that turn. That's actually kind of... Lament, Mourn, and Despair is going to be wasted on a guy who was already going to die, so that is super unfortunate. But then look at the amount of blue. Good stuff. Die. By the way, I gotta tell you, Magic Bullet Otis feels like she's been underperforming lately. Like, maybe that's just me, but she has not felt like honestly, it feels like she gets no SP. It feels like she wins no clashes. She's kind of been letting me down lately. But we'll see how it goes. I am debating benching her as well, at least for the rest of this this story. Because I don't know what it's been, but yeah, Otis has been really letting me down. She just not quite the powerhouse that I'm used to her being. I am going to go for the extra bonus attack, then we get as much resonance as possible, and we should be able to finish most of these guys off, no problem. How many enemies are left? Only 5? Well, it looks like your time has come. 3 extra strength. Yeah. We like that. Staggers all around. You are finished. Ooh, and we get the extra 2 strength. Beautiful turn. Heathcliff gets 2 strength. Honglu gets 2 strength. And we get 2 kills and a stagger. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Get him, Dawn! Oh, double tails hit. Oh, that feels bad. Ugh. 52 damage. Hit him again. Didn't hit head, so well. We are in negative stance on Rodion, so this guy guaranteed stagger. Wow, if we had actually hit 1 more tails, he would have been dead. Okay. That's a fight.
이것도 지하인 거지? 꼭 생긴 게 바깥으로 나온 것 같네.
Sorry, missed it the first time.
인공의 조명이나 가히 야외라 착각할 만하구려.
Oh boy, who's that in the background? We should be getting pretty close, but...
네, 누군가 이미 도착해 있군요.
There was a small hill in front of the bridge leading into the Taikan Temple.
시춘이의 사병들이네요.
There was a small hill of bodies, all of them mangled and broken to the point where we couldn't even tell how many of them there were. On top of the hill sat Leheng, and the heavily wounded figure in front of him was
웨이씨!
이번에도 면목 없습니다.
이게 어떻게든...
아따 늦었네. 심심해서 좀 놀고 있었어? 야는 승계가 끝날 때까지 죽치고 기다리려고 거시기하고 있었던 모양이야. 예전에 흑수 말 대가리 필더라가더만 도 빠진 게 별거 없구만.
Pony Branch.
저자가 왜 여기에?
The same thing everyone else is doing?
작전대로라면 뇌행은 지금 대관원 앞의 전장에서 가치오와 대치하고 있어야 했다.
술을 읽혔군요.
자로라는 자를 우리에게 붙이겠다고 한 건 이런 돌발 상황에 대한 보험이었군.
And as if on cue, Zilu arrived. She was covered from head to toe in blood, but I could easily guess that the blood wasn't hers.
에헤이. 시방 길이 두 개가 뚫렸다 이 말이야. 한 짝은 비밀 입구라고 치고, 어? 토끼가 기어들어온 길은 좀 저밥인데. 캠핑 이런 길이 있는 줄도 모르고 먼 길로 뺑 돌아버렸네. 아 여기는 지도도 없어? 나이 먹을 만큼 먹고 미아될 뻔했지요. 어디 내 식구들하고 인사는 잘 나누셨는가?
Yeah, you could say that. They're all dead, but...
잘 보내줬지. 역시 니놈이 복병을 숨겨놓은 것이었군.
아휴, 아그들이라 거시기. 아직도 정신머리가 없어야. 나가 이참에 단디해야 쓰겠다.
당신도 누군가의 의뢰를 받고 이곳으로 온 거겠죠? 가주 승계를 막거나 지체시키려고요.
원래는 가시춘 가가 들어가기 전에 먼저 잡아볼 생각이었는데 내가 쪼까 늦어버렸어. 야, 뭔 대단한 뜻이 있어갖고 거시기하러 온 것 같더냐.
그럼 이미 실패하지 않았나요?
돌아가서 지자리에 앉아야 끝나는 거 아니야. 그 전에 잡아 죽여버리면 그만이지.
흑수도 그래야지만 움직이나 보네요.
인디야, 여기는 위아래가 없는가?
엄지?
너는 무엇이라도 됐다고 나한테 겁도 없이 질문을 막 갖다 붙이냐?
I mean... what do you want us to do? Oh, great Leheng, what a pleasure it is to be acquainted with thee. Oh! Probably, actually.
저 한 가지 여쭤볼 것이 있어요.
그래? 뭐 가시 가문 보옥 도련님쯤 되시면은 나랑 직통해도 거시기하진 않지. 혀 보시오. 말.
웨이 씨를 죽이지 않고 계속 붙잡아 두고 계시는 이유가 있으신가요? 보통 그럴 때는 말이죠. 협상을 원하시더라고요.
협상? 림버스 컴퍼니급에서 나한테 협상이라는 말을 쓰는 건 조금 이상한디. 그래, 뭐 틀린 말도 아닌게. 그래도 쪼까 애매해요. 저놈의 새끼가 너희들한테 얼마나 중요한지 가늠이 안 돼요, 브로.
Well, I'd say he's less important to us and more important to the person that is important to us, so... in a roundabout way, yes, he is very important.
목숨줄은 간당간당하게 붙여는 놨는데 이게 뭐 협상 테이블에 올라는 갈란가. 흑수 필두라고는 해도 영 쪽을 못 쓴게.
말해.
Zilu, who's been standing beside us in silence this whole time, suddenly spoke up.
무엇을 원하지?
Her voice was so deep, cavernous, and sincere that it almost made me think that she was really gonna give him whatever he wanted in return for Wei.
그 말 한번 야무지게 잘하네. 그래. 이라고 운을 띄워줘야 나도 그 시기였겠지. 아, 그래. 나가 원하는 거는 제일 성가신 토끼 이놈이야.
설마 자로 씨의 목을 내놓으라 하는 건
아니야. 내가 그렇게 양심이 없겠냐.
그럼
딱 한 번 열어.
Okay. What a casual thing to say. Now let me just cut you up. Just one slice, will you?
그러고 나면 돼지든 살든 나랑 한 따까리를 하든 적어도 이놈은 풀어줄란게. 아하, 눈깔 그리 뜨지 말아야. 나도 그런 세월이 있는디. 에? 정정당당한 승부 결투. 뭐 이러면 얼마나 좋게. 근데 상황이 상황인지라. 피차 고용된 처지 아니여. 할 건 해야지. 알다시피 검은 토끼 너랑 나는 상상이 겁나 안 좋아서 말이지. 에?
Honey bunny.
내놈 여전하군.
그립이냐?
저자에게 베어지면 반드시 두 동강이다. 죽인다는 말을 길게도. 그 혓바닥은 닳지도 않나.
가치우 밑에서 배운다는 제자들이라면서 뭐 성가신 기술을 배웠다더만. 신이라고였냐? 요상한 기운 같은 거를 몸에 감아본다제? 그러면 강화 시술 맨키로 단단해진다던디? 그리고 그 신을 요령껏 모아서 힘으로 바꾸면 빗꼬리 같은 것이 몸이나 무기를 감아불고 그게 망이라지?
I don't think I'm ever gonna remember this. Shin and Mong.
내가 여즉 그 요령을 터득하고 있으니까 한번 보자고. 그래도 아직 감이 죽지는 않았는지 망 하나 정도는 감을 수 있냐?
I already don't remember which part Mong is. Is that the energy or the ring? I think it's the ring. You use Shin to make Mong. I'll try and remember.
나도 너가 하는 거 구경이나 해볼란.
Leheng looked at Zilu with a eating grin. We don't know Zilu. We're barely even acquaintances. There's no way she'd risk her life for people who are essentially strangers. Other than the fact that she was ordered to. What about Wei? Do they even know each other? I seriously doubt he's as close to her as he is to us. And it might sound cold, but even we're not really that close to Wei either. I can't bring myself to ask her to risk her life like that. He's probably not kidding either. Leheng's surrounded by at least a few dozen bodies, but there's not even a scratch on him. Wei struggles to speak through labored breaths, but his eyes tell me that he's already accepted his fate.
저는 아가씨만 무사히 보내주시면 됩니다. 이 불상사는 오로지 제가 제대로 주위를 살피지 못한 탓. 저마저 없으면 아가씨에게는 아무도 없습니다. 부탁드립니다.
Instead of begging for his own life, Wei asks us to look after Jia instead. As he's always done.
웨이는
Zilu looks at Honglu.
내게 소중한 사람인가?
Truth be told, Wei probably isn't all that important to Honglu. Wei was Jia Chichun's loyal follower, and that was pretty much it. Hong Lu said he hadn't interacted much with him back in Dongyuan either. But I imagine that Hong Lu would probably rather not see the people he cares about shed any more tears. He'd seen more than enough of that since the annihilation of the Kong family. And that goes for us, too. Can we really cut him off just like that? We hadn't talked to him very much, but we'd spent a pretty significant amount of time together, and quietly, we've grown to care more about him. We learned more about who he was, about the kind of person his master, Jia, was. Whenever we ran into them in all kinds of odd places, we were happy to meet them, and we really wanted to do them well. We didn't want either of them to die. And they were the first allies we'd ever made of our own volition, no matter how short-lived that alliance was. If we let him kill Wei here, we'd be adding another regret to our pasts, knowing that we'd let someone down again. As we are reminded every time we meet Solda and see her subtle yet noticeable sadness. We'll blame ourselves. We'll resent our weakness. We won't stop thinking about how we could have prevented this if we were stronger. We've died and killed countless times. Okay, yeah. On our journey here. But death is the kind of force that swoops in our moments of dejection to remind us that we can never get used to it.
말해라.
I know we can't save everyone. I've seen enough deaths of our friends, allies, and those who could have been friends to know that. There wasn't any reason Wei should be special. I wasn't making some promise with myself to never let anyone even remotely close to us die again either. But Hong Lu.
저는 웨이 씨가 죽지 않았으면 좋겠어요. 그리고 다시 볼 시춘이의 모습이 슬퍼하는 얼굴이 아니면 좋겠어요. 물론 자로 씨가 제 말을 들어주실 이유는 없겠지만.
알았다.
Great. Glad you're so quick to agree. Zilu didn't even let Hong Lu finish. She strode up to Leheng.
대라, 잡시오.
쟤 몰철한.
잠깐, 지금 뭐하는?
Flame burst forth, wreathing Leheng's intimidating Po Dao, then rises into a raging pillar of fire before a single ring of light materializes around it. On the other hand, a warm, comforting light, presumably the same light Leheng mentioned earlier, began to radiate and shimmer from Zilu's body.
뇌횡, 엄지의 가포이자 동부십검 중 하나.
입으로 배나.
And as though on cue, Leheng slashed at Zilu's unmoving body with a diagonal cut. The sheer wind pressure and the heat from the slash, it was powerful enough to push some of us back. But Zilu was still standing, silently as she had been.
아무리 대갈통을 안 노렸어도 이거 두 동강이 안 나야. 단단하기는 허벌나게 단단하네. 그 신이란 거 손바닥이 저릿저릿해. 뭐 그래 봐야 단단해졌다 그거지. 베이지 않는 것도 아닌갑소. 죽지는 않았다. 그 정도 아니겠는가?
Blood burst from Zilu the moment Leheng asked, and
자로 씨,
Hong Lu ran up to Zilu to stop her fall.
자로 씨, 왜 그러셨던 건가요?
충분했기 때문에. 소중하다 생각한 사람의 슬퍼하는 얼굴을 보고 싶지 않다고 했었던 그
Zilu continues resolutely, despite the gushing blood and also basically being chopped in half.
이것이 내가 배운 인자, 나의 협, 즉 인협이다. 뒤는 맡기지. 예.
This woman, whom I'd not even exchanged a single word with, calls me a friendly nickname. When her own life's on the line.
성가신 놈 하나 치워본 게 인자 좀 속이 시원하네. 약속은 지킨다. 저놈도 내가 한 입으로 두 말은 안 하는 놈이란 걸 알지. 넘게 순순히 배인 것 아니겠냐.
With that, Lehang kicked way in our direction.
갖고 가라. 한 서너 달 쎄 빠지게 재활시키면 두 발로는 걸어다닐란다.
God dang, 3 or 4 months.
뭐, 그 목숨줄이 여기서 끊어지지 않는다면 말이지. 도련님을 데리고 가서 저 문을 열 거지. 자.
Lehang begins walking in our direction, cracking his neck.
어디? 한번 와보소. 저 철암사 안에서 승계 끝나기 전엔 얼추 다 처려갔어. 잘 놀다 갑니다.
Oh boy. Well, oh. Ryoshu has a special effect. Ryoshu exclusive effect. Deal plus current turn count times 2.5% damage against Lehang in this encounter. Max of 30%. The target slash resistance counts as weak. Ooh, boy, that sucks. Well, here we go. Oh my goodness, he has so many attacks. He's level 83. Nice. Double slash. Final power +1 for every 4. Burn plus tremor. On target max of 2. On hit inflict 2 tremor and then inflict 3. Triple slash. Much the same effect, but with tremor count and also applies tremor burst. Panic recovery. Fixed panic. We know what those do. The Thumbs Officer. Capo 4. Take 30% less damage from status effects when flipping a coin that consumes Tiger Mark round, while not having Tiger Mark round, does not cancel this unit's attacks. The coin's inflict burn and inflict burn count effects do not activate. In a clash, inflict +1 number of clashes by 3 tremor count, max of 3 times per turn against the same target. 10 Blades of the East. At encounter start, and at the turn start of gaining a new pattern, gain 1 Severing Slash. Heal 5 SP for every 10% missing HP on self, max of 40. Oh boy. And Chosen Prey. Inflict 1 Prey against a target that dealt the most damage to this unit last turn. Prey in a clash with an enemy, clash power -5. Combat start. If this unit equipped an attack skill, deal 50% less damage against Lehang with an attack skill. If this unit equipped a defensive skill, take 75% less damage from Lehang. If this unit wins a clash against Lehang while under this effect, gain 3 of the least owned ego resources. So it basically, the only way to win a clash is by using ego. Expires, we heal 10 SP. After Lehang attacks the enemy with Prey, if the target is staggered, all enemies lose 10 SP and gain 1 clash power down for this turn and the next. If they're defeated, activate the above effect twice. Oh, lovely. Tian Tui's Star Blade. Unopposed attacks deal 30% more damage on hit and inflict 1 fragile next turn. Skill coins it spent Tiger Mark round deal 20% more damage on hit and inflict. Goodness me, talking is difficult. 2 defense level down next turn. The above effects do not activate if the target equipped a defense skill. How interesting. By the way, target mark round is just a unique ammo. Chachuyu, whatever that is. Combat start. Based on this unit's speed value, heal SP equal to speed value. Okay, so dealing SP damage is actually impossible to him. At less than 0 SP, double the heal amount and gain speed value by 3 / damage up to 5. If this unit has 3+ bind, the above effect does not activate, and also gain defense level down equal to bind on self, max of 9. Interesting. That's an odd counter. Tiger Mark Mound round reload. Turn end at 90% or less HP, or at the end of the second turn, reload Tiger Mark round and gain a new pattern next turn. If this unit is staggered, recover from it. He's also got like 17 more passives, but we don't see those yet. Beastly Instinct. Deals plus HP percentage difference by 2% damage to targets with higher HP percentages that this unit's max 10%. Is this a typo? Wow, we found a typo. So, than this unit's. Okay, so up to 10% more damage based on the difference. Turn start, gain 1 attack power up, damage up, and 1 fragile. Oh, and then just buff it up when you're even lower. Well, here's the thing. Beastly Instinct is basically never gonna go off. Oh my god, we're struggling against everything. Oh, yeah. We're hopeless against everything. Oh, good. Right. Okay, so what's the plan here? Wow, okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna try. What if we just do as much one-sided damage as physically possible? By the way, yes, I am using, debatably, one of the worst identities in the game. I wanted to give him a shot. Is it gonna go well? Probably not, but his passive is good. Mainly Wishing Talisman, but still. Okay, so this losing is fine. This losing sucks a little bit, but oh well. You know what? One-sided damage. That's how we're gonna do this. Index him down. Oh, also Hong Lu has a special passive. I didn't notice that. 19 whole damage. Okay. We get to apply a fair bit of rupture. 20 damage. Yeah, he's only got 4,000, so, you know, we're going through it pretty quick. Okay, tiny bit of SP. Losing Clash, A-okay. Oh my god, what is that damage? Okay, Ryoshi's not taking any more damage. Well, we have 3 talisman. Oh.
요만치밖에 못하냐?
I see. He's overwhelmingly powerful. So this is a capo of the thumb and one of the 10 blades of the east. I had to admit it. We simply don't have enough power to defeat him yet, especially with him coming at us with the intent to kill.
저검 하나는 언제 봐도 탐나는군.
I think back to one of our previous battles. Don Quixote of La Mancha Land. he was undeniably a more powerful foe than Lei Heng. There's a significant gulf of power between them two. I can sense it. I mean, honestly, if she was down for it, this might be... this might be a draw your sword, let Sancho out kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I don't know if she's down for that. I'm pretty sure she's not. Well, Ryoshu is. 50% is okay with it. But we're struggling against him so much more. Because unlike Don Quixote, this guy's actually trying to kill us. His jocular demeanor seems to imply that, to him, this was just another day at work, but he's got no intentions of toying with us. He's going for the kill. Didn't know that could make this much of a difference. There was so much that separated him from the rest of us. His sheer physical strength, experience, and skill, not to mention the more powerful armor and the apparently famous weapon. All of that combined into one became a wall that stood between us and our goal. At least, if we can somehow fight on equal ground.
단테님, 다음은 어떻게 해볼까요?
Hong Lu asks with a slightly exhausted voice, but he is smiling still. That's strange. Hong Lu's never been the first one to ask the questions or share his opinions with the rest of us. He'd reply to others' questions or share a few detached observations when we were at an impasse, but... Hong Lu! This is probably a bad time to ask him this, but I had a burning question that needed to be answered. Why did you ask that? I mean, what I'm asking is... whatever I'm throwing at him doesn't seem to be working. And while I can keep bringing you guys back...
알 것 같아요. 무슨 말씀이신지. 하지만 저도 잘 몰라요.
That was an odd thing to say, but Hong Lu's expression did not seem confused or complicated at all. His eyes carried that sense of freedom of someone looking far off into the distant horizon.
꽉 닫혀있던 방 안에 아주 조금 창의 틈이 열린 것 같아요. 먹먹한 소리가 부드럽게 풀어지고 어디선가 바람이 기분 좋게 불어들어와서 어느새 그 바람이 저를 조금씩 흘러가게 하고 있었나 봐요.
His eyes focus on me.
그러니까 제가 단테님의 생각이 궁금해진 것도 물어보고 싶어진 것도 그 바람의 탓이 아닐까요?
But I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what more I can do to get past this monster.
단테님, 제게 이번 일을 어떻게 할지 맡기겠다고 하실 때 이런 고난을 예측하셨나요?
No, I didn't. Not like this.
그렇다면 제가 순탄하게 일을 해결할 것이라고 생각하셨나요?
Of course not.
하지만 제게 선택의 기회를 맡겨주셨죠.
That's because I had faith that it was the right thing to do. Okay, guys, come on. Get a room. Wow, would you look at that? A superpower was just unlocked.
이미 아시는 거죠?
I didn't have a clue as to what Hong Lu was gonna do, but I believed that his choice would be correct. That's why he...
단테님이 지금 어떻게 해야 할지 모른다고 하셔도 저는 분명 또 다른 방법을 떠올리실 거라 믿고 있답니다. 제게 흘러오는 바람이 그쪽을 향해 등을 간지렸거든요.
That's why Hong Lu trusted me. Very well, then. Yippee! Oh, it's cheesed. Oh. Under mercy, all shall be made equal.
뭐더냐?
By entering a contract with me, the sinner's strengths were all raised up or dragged down to a similar level, despite the disparity before that. If we're in an unfair fight, all we need to do is level the playing field.
뭘 연병을 쌌는지 몰라도 갑자기 재밌게 만드는구만. 너랑 내 힘을 고만고만하게 만드는 갑네. 그자? 저같이 사긴 하구만. 뭐 막 밀리면은 있는 거 없는 거 다 갖다 써야 안 나겠냐? 후딱 덤벼라.
그래서 단테님 다음.
Sorry. Look, in English, that would have been the end of the sentence. Time for round 2. Morositas. So what's that do, just so I know? Set all units' offense and defense levels to the average of all units' values. Whoa. Cheesed Mercy. Oh, it is. Aww. After the cheesed effect activates, all allied identities gain 3 offense levels and 6 defense levels. First time unleashing effect. Cheesed Mercy lasts for the duration of this encounter. Oh! Well, that certainly helps, don't it? Also, we have the theme playing. Don't know how to tell you this. We're still struggling with every single attack. Kind of. Well, you know what? Hang on. We can actually use this to our advantage. So, he does less against defense. So, therefore, we abuse that. Okay, we're favored all across the board, so let's try it here. Do we still have our talismans? Yes, we have 2. This will give us too many talismans, so we don't want to do that. Instead... Giving him talisman is a little bit trickier than I thought. You know what? Let's just tank him. Unopposed. That's unfortunate. Dominating. That's quite fortunate. And then we're favored. Here we go. Okay. By the way, it's not just you. The audio is actually all muffled. Well, once you're down here at our level, this gets a lot easier. Okay, that certainly did a lot less damage. So much for favored. We do get a little bit of tremor and rupture on him, though, for that. Okay, and Ryoshu is starting to do a little bit of extra damage, so we do need to remember that that's a thing. A little bit more rupture that we can do. Oh. Okay, well, he's got his special bullets now, so what's your new stuff? Double slash blast. Final power +1 for every burn and tremor. Clash lose 1 Tiger Mark round. On hit, inflict 3 tremor, spend 1 Tiger Mark round. On hit, inflict 3 burn and 2 burn count, and do the same with tremor. Triple slash blast. On hit, inflict 2 tremor count, spend 1 Tiger Mark round to inflict 3 burn, 2 burn count, and then 2 tremor and 2 tremor count. Then do another one, inflict 3 burn and +2 burn count, and then trigger tremor burst twice. And then blasting Shatter Slash prioritizes targets with prey. Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. You gain power, clash lose 10 SP. That's of note. Spend a Tiger Mark round, inflict 3 burn, 3 tremor. If it doesn't crack, inflict 4 tremor and 4 tremor count. Inflict 3 burn count, 3 tremor count, and if it doesn't crack, deal tremor scorch. If this unit spent Tiger Mark round due to this coin's effect, deal 50% more damage. On hit, inflict 3 burn and plus 3 burn count, and then inflict tremor burst twice. Then he's also using reloading Tian Tiu's blade, clash counter, clash lose 1 Tiger Mark round, after attack reload. If this unit has savage Tiger Mark round, use reload tactical instead. On hit, inflict 2 tremor, spend 1 Tiger Mark round to inflict 3 burn and 3 burn count. Okay,
Time to level the playing field.
갑니다.
here we go. If all goes according to plan, we're gonna get a whole lot of SP back this turn, which ideally will make this fight a lot easier. Good stuff. Just enough talisman for next turn. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Okay, it is unbreakable, but we got through all of them, so we get a little bit of SP back. He uses up his bullets. Because it was prey, we get some ego. And it's overall just really good. Losing that clash, A-okay. We have unbreakable, and we don't get staggered. Okay, we go for the guard. That way we get a big shield. Managed to break the shield, but didn't do much more than that. Who has prey? It is Ryoshu, funny enough. Well, we can make that work. Also, this passive. No matter how many must bleed. For this encounter, after using an attack skill, gain 2 additional ego resources of the skill's affinity, once per turn. When this unit takes damage, gain 2 slash damage up next turn. Well, here we go. Okay. Branch of Knowledge, because we didn't have the one I wanted. Little bit of protection next scene. It's something. We also do get a little bit of SP back, so we effectively use that for free. You're debuffed for the next turn, which is going to be really, really nice for us. Yi-san getting all of his SP back while also dealing a decent amount of damage. Okay, Dawn winning those clashes. Absolutely excellent and expected of such a joyous magical girl. Ryoshu winning the clash, which means he is going to be doing a lot less. A lot less, still doing 57 damage though. Now, Snag Harpoon. This is gonna be 6 bind, which means his passive doesn't go off and he gets a little bit of defense level down. Ouch. Yisong in a world of hurt, but that's fine. Inner Strength, max of 25, which he has. Hang on, I'm trying to find it. There it is. Inner Strength, consumed by certain skills. At turn end, heal SP equal to the stack consumed by the end of the turn. Gain 1 stack with every clash, max of 5 per skill. On clash lose the stacks gained from the said clash. Gain 2 stacks when hitting with an unopposed attack, max of 10 per skill. Turn end, next turn, gain haste based on the total stack consumed this turn, 1 haste per 25 stacks, up to 2. Gains a different buff when using a specific pattern. Oh, lovely. Also, what the... Hang on. What in the world? Tangle Cleaver. Prioritizes targets with prey. Can clash with the skill regardless of speed. This unit does not become staggered before it uses this skill. Consume all Inner Strength. If this unit consumed 10 plus, gain attack weight +1 for every 10 stack consumed. Oh, so it's gonna hit 3 of us. And at 25 stack, gain final power +1 for every burn and tremor on the main target. On clash lose, gain a whole lot of debuffs. Then reload. Do a tactical reload if you have a Savage Tiger Mark round. Spend all Tiger Mark round, inflict burn count, tremor count by Tiger Mark round spent. On hit without cracking, convert to Tremor Scorch, and on hit without cracking, trigger Tremor Burst 3 times. So the one with Prey is Faust. Okay. So we can make this work, and I'm I'm feeling quite confident about our chances as well. Okay, you know what? Can we use... We can. Let's get a little bit lucky, shall we? Okay, debuff. Can we... No. Alright, you know what? Let's just hit him. And then Faust, you're on healing duty. You're only favored with that? Oh, brother. Here we go. Okay, we did win, though. Which means we get a whole heck of a lot of healing. 17 damage, but more importantly, basically a full health heal. Oh! Didn't know it was gonna cancel the turn, though. Overheat. Gain clash power down and fragile equal to stack. Huh. I see. So that's our ticket, huh? By the way, really unfortunate that Yisong happens to be one of the slowest people on the field, because boy oh boy, I can think of something that would have been real useful right about now. Hint, hint. We don't have much choice in the matter. Our only choice is to forge onwards. Okay. Ryoshu dealing a lot of extra damage at this point. Very, very good. The worst identity in the video game. Getting a 1 clash. Followed by the best identity, so says I, also getting a clash. Come on. Come on. You got it, Honglu. Good stuff. Now, Honglu isn't the one with Prey, but, I don't think there was any shot that Faust was going to win. Okay, here comes Wing Beat. Hit heads, hit heads, hit heads, hit heads, hit heads. 351 damage coming down from Wing Beat. Absolutely colossal rolls. And we debuff him next turn. We also give ourselves quite a bit of extra speed, so he's not going to be getting buffed off of that. And, you know, we technically debuff him for this turn, but that's kind of irrelevant. Okay, so he's going for Slosh Mail this time. I'm going for Snag Harpoon. I will... There is no other option in my mind. Behold, true power! Yeah, that inner strength he's gathering up is really scary. But we are so close to being able to stagger him that I think we should be able to get there before he's hyper buff. We're so close. I don't know if we're going to make it, but it is, like, right there. That one fragile that he has is actually helping us a lot. Plus our rupture. Our rupture is certainly getting a lot of use, too. Okay, even if you recover from stagger, you're gonna be bound, which means you're gonna be debuffed. Good enough for me. Unfortunately, we didn't hit heads, so, you know. Okay, only 10 damage. Good stuff. Here comes the best identity in the video game. Not getting a stagger. Okay, so we have to stop this. Yeah, we have to stop it. And nothing else we do matters, so I'm just gonna use pure counter just in case he gets the attack through. We are favored. But he's using Savage Tiger Mark, which is scary. He also has 2 attack power up, effectively. You know what? Ooh. Wait, what? Yisung is dominating? Okay, you know what? Yisung, do your thing.
갑니다.
Get him, Yisung. Barely, though. Barely! But it's good enough. And that staggers him.
한번 버린 판인지 끝은 보고 가야지.
He now has Unrelenting Spirit. Turn start. Gain 1 damage up and 1 power up for every 20% of missing HP on self, max of 3. And inflict +2 more tremor potency with this unit's skills. If this unit's speed is faster than the target's by 3 or more, deal plus speed difference times 5% damage, up to 20%. And convert the final coin of // burst to an unbreakable coin. Oh my goodness, this buff changes into Unrelenting Spirit Shin when using a specific pattern. Oh, so that ring thing that we're really afraid of? Yeah, he's gonna do that on us. Oh, good. Let's go for Hexnail. Then... You know what? I don't think we need Superbia yet. I was debating it. Yeah, I don't think we need it yet. This debuffs him next turn. We don't go Hysterical yet. Okay, this is just free damage. This puts us into positive SP. This debuffs him for next turn. I'm debating going for Snag Harpoon just to keep him debuffed, and I think I'm going to.
탈출 개체 확인.
Just keep that debuff stacked. Hello. We get the curse. That's the important part. Now, Faust has the potential to deal a lot more damage. 354 damage coming down from the best identity in the video game, followed by a cleave, which deals over 50. Dink. Bonk. Link. 71 damage. You know, all this damage really doesn't feel as impressive as it should, because he still has like 2,000 more health to go. 67 damage though, and we do some bind next turn. So he's at 9 bind. That is the max that we can put on him for his debuff passive. Okay. He is not burning, so he is just really powered up this turn. Only 2,000 more health to go. We've got this. Good stuff. Also, I can't help but notice the next time we get to stagger him is when he's dead. So, that's great. Unless we applied a whole lot of tremor, but I don't see that happening. Oh, that unbreakable coin he's got is certainly not very nice. Okay, you take 10% more next turn. Okay, this is gonna deal a ton of extra damage. 79, that's not bad. He is also in panic, but that's just gonna reset him back to 0. Certainly helps out for this turn, though. Tiny bit of extra healing. We get to magnify the wound. 9 damage. Okay, we're going for it. We need the heal. What? Oh, I just looked at what his coin does. Oh my goodness. Okay, Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades. Prioritizes targets with prey. Can clash regardless of speed. Gain a buff depending on inner strength consumed, and at 50 stack consumed, gain coin power +1 and deal 50% more damage. Hyper debuffed if you win the clash. Everything is basically the same, other than Tremor Burst 5 times. Okay, here we go. You fight for power. We fight for love. Because of Gia. Well, 89 damage, but we do also get a fairly large heal.
호랑이를 잡으려고 그랬으면 누구도 잡아 맥힐 각오를 했어야지.
Now we counterattack.
적을 물어뜯고 너의 쓸모를 보여라.
Well, bad news. Dawn died. But not without getting a lot done first. Extreme strength. Max stack of 50 counts as inner strength. Oh boy. Okay. Well, welcome to round 2. Ooh, we didn't even deal stagger damage to him, really. That's not reassuring. 200 damage being dealt from Ryoshu with both her passive and the final big hit. Branch of Knowledge, hits heads? Yes! +1 attack power up for the next turn. And 60 damage with 12 Rupture this turn. Ow. Man, that attack power up that he's getting is real scary. Okay, we do take a tiny bit of damage, but that's fine. Oh, Faust was favored for that one, but it didn't quite go that way. Okay, fairly good block coming down from Rodion. Very cinematic. Bonk! Okay. Now it's time to go reverse. Actually, we didn't even get there, really. He just summoned guys? He's cheating? If this unit survives, give 6 Savage Tiger Mark round delay hang and escape the battle next turn. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, fine. If you can cheat, so can we. Okay. This seems like a really weird play, but here's the thing. We are actually perfectly fine if Yisung dies. And because most of the attacks are going for him, this is actually best case scenario. Reason being, we're about to inflict a whole lot of rupture. Okay, first AoE. Oh, we don't hit heads, that's not ideal. But we do inflict some bind, which does help. Okay. Bygone days for a little bit of extra curse, and we inflict the uninvited. 33 damage as well. Very, very nice. Triple slash coming back down. We only take a tiny bit of damage. Well, we're definitely not dealing enough to kill them. This is about to go very poorly for us, I think. Incandescence Flame! That way we get a little bit of burn, as well as a heal for ourselves. And we didn't hit heads with either. Not ideal. Oh my god. Actually, worst case scenario, we didn't kill either of them. By the way, down goes Yisung. He absolutely dead. Well, we're actually Favored. Oh man, do we chance that? That feels like such a bad play. Power counter absolutely doesn't work. Do we still get the free attack though? Maybe it's actually worth chancing it. Alternatively, we could get a guaranteed clash win now. Ugh, the extra attack does seem very worthwhile, but I don't think that we should chance that. Let's just go for the guarantee. I'm also not sure why we're getting free attacks. I noticed it with Rodion, but I thought it was because we weren't able to do any stagger damage to him. No, we just have some kind of effect that's giving us an extra attack. Okay, here we go. Not terrible results. We also do get to counterattack. Deep into Depresso mode we go. And the mount is summoned. By the way, Honglu did die, but because of tarnished blood, we get to survive for a little bit longer. Here we go. Oh, I love his voice line so much. Here we go. Answer me, Haishu Pax. Okay, well, I guess we just die first then. Kind of thought the extra attack would go off first, but that does not appear to be the case. Also, we're all very much debuffed now. Debuff isn't quite enough to bring us down, though. Your debuff next turn with minus power. Gosh darn, bro. Oh, that -2 power does stop Ryoshi from winning the clash, though. But the best identity in the video game is able to win the clash. Unfortunately, it does bring us up to enough talismans for us to take flat damage, which isn't great. Ishmael barely taking any damage at all. Oh.
근데 요시히데야 이기려면 그 칼을 싸게 뽑았어야지. 배가리가 없구만.
And we won! Kind of. We won in the gameplay sense. Very much lost in the actual fight sense.
그 요상한 능력도 맞는 건 아닌갑네. 시간이 그까진가 보다. 시도는 좋았는디. 뭐 하수어도 어쩌겠어.
But this should have brought him down to our level.
경험의 격차가 유의미할 정도로 크기 때문입니다.
힘이 붙이네요. 야, 앓는 소리 하지 마. 지금까지 해오던 거 잊었냐? 언젠가는 꺾을 수 있어.
Well, at this point, he probably realizes that something is amiss. Heathcliff encouraged us with his usual bluntness, but it was true that determination was the only thing keeping some of the sinners on their feet. The Taikan Temple is right there, right in front of us, but we simply can't get past this final threshold. Jiakiyu said that we were the key to stopping this war's powder keg from blowing, but we're stopped by this one man on a bridge between us and the temple. I thought I'd finally found a way to even things out by resonating with the golden bow, but I just don't see how we can get past this wall. A low, deep voice boomed from behind us.
생각보다는 빨리 기어왔구만. 기왕 늦는 거 조금 더 늦지 그랬냐? 이제 막 요절을 내볼까 하던 치면은데. 그러네. 누워있는 저 토끼가 괜히 불을 판 게 아니었네. 이거 영광이네. 전장에서 니놈이 사라졌으면 그것은 그것대로 손해인게.
내게는 이곳에 오는 게 더욱 중한 일이다. 이들은 고작 이곳에서 멈춰 있을 자들이 아닐 테니.
그래야? 그러면 한번 두고 보자. 저놈들이 다시 이 짝으로 기어 나올 때 버선발로 마중 나설 사람이 넌지 난지 말이야. 언제 한번 이랑 찐득하니 붙어보고 싶었는데 날이 딱 잡히네. 안 그냐? 몸이 끓어오르는구만.
Despite Le Heng's gung-ho provocations, Jia Qiu paid him no mind. He looked at Zilu, who was barely breathing, and she was slumped up against the wall.
자로야, 언제까지 자고 있을 셈이냐?
그래갖고 깨겠냐? 간만에 설찬 시계 비워불었는디. 옆에다 뽀짝 붙여갖고 재워주는 것이 니도 좀 낫잖여. 안 그리야?
Le Heng's blade flashed with fire once, and he charged like a lightning strike toward Jia Qiu. But Jia Qiyu's staff brought Le Heng's blade to a screeching halt.
형님,
가라. 내횡의 세력에게 이미 가시춘이 철암사 안에 들어갔다는 소식이 흘러갔다. 그러니 승계를 마무리하고 가주가 되어 철암사 문 밖으로 나온 찰나의 순간, 새로운 가주가 흑수를 부리기 전에 가시춘의 목을 치려 할 것이다. 승계를 마쳐도 지상으로 올라와야만 가주로서 인정받는 의식이 끝나는 것이니, 그리고 가시춘이 뒤에 업고 있는 유의미한 세가도 없기에 이런 영모는 다른 가문을 자극하기는커녕 누군가 어린 가주의 목을 베어주길 서로 기대하고 있을 터. 너희가 들어가고 가시춘과 다시 나오기 전까지 나는 그 누구도 이 다리 너머로 건너지 못하게 할 것이며, 그렇게 가시춘의 목은 베일 일이 없을 것이다.
Jia Qiu is so cool. Alright, he's growing on me. I'm gonna be honest. I like him. Even if he turns out to be like, oh, I set all this up because I am the king, actually, haha, I'm the ruler of the thumb, or whatever. Even if it turns out that way, I still like him though.
그리고 시춘이를 무사히 지상으로 호위하여 가주로 만든다는 거군요.
제 아무리 뒤에 세력이 없는 시춘이라 하여도 가주로 명명된 자를 치는 영모는 어떤 가문도 쉬이 해낼 수 없기에.
오라버니께서 그리하시겠다면 저 역시 돕겠습니다.
Hi, Dayu. Where'd you come from?
대역? 어떻게 여기까지?
무엇이다니야? 설씨 가문은 대관원에 완전히 척을 치는 줄 알았는디.
모든 설가가 그런 뜻을 가진 건 아니다. 보오오라버니, 보차 아가씨께서 저를 비밀리에 보내었습니다.
I don't know if I'd say that in earshot of him, but thank you.
대관원의 미래 같은 커다란 대의는 잘 모르겠습니다. 그저 저도 아가씨도 오라버니가 죽는 것을 바라지는 않아요. 그뿐입니다.
내 뒤에 서라. 미처 막지 못한 것들의 처리를 도와라.
기꺼이.
고마워, 대역.
저 멀리 다른 병력이 몰려오고 있다.
저거 들키는 거야 뭐 시간 문제였지. 그렇게 자신만만하게 말했으면 한번 다 막아보소.
앞으로 가라, 가보. 네 진심을 믿는다.
Well, with the wall being defeated, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the Limbus Company. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. By the way, yeah, substantial amount of progress made in this episode. I mean, to be fair, most of it was just fights with no dialogues against enemies we've already seen, so that certainly helped. But that Giakiyu fight, dude, I just saw his name. I can't even remember his name. The dude we just fought, not even him, the freaking tiger guy. Oh boy, I see why you guys were warning me about him. However, I am also suspecting that I very much noticed that nerf that some of you mentioned too. Because, yeah, he was difficult, but he was certainly no Ricardo difficult when I first encountered him. Or even Dongbake. I think Dongbake and Ricardo, they were points where I was, like, genuinely hard stuck. Like, I legit could not get past them at all. This one, however, be it due to my identities, due to me just being better at the game, I don't know. Or just maybe his nerf was that huge. I did that one first try. But, you know, this was the nerfed version, so there is that. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.